Right in the... You're going to get hit by a car.
Said I'm heading to work.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. Today we're going to be watching something I'm a little bit late with, so apologies, but this is going to be Home Alone 3. So this film is something that's been requested by many of you guys. Sorry, it's kind of just here right at the end after Christmas, but it's the only time I can get it done. I have not seen it, but a lot of people have said that in some ways it's better than the first two, which I have yet to see. I've seen parts of it from the trailer, and that's it. I didn't want to spoil much of it. I just watched the very beginning, and to me, it looks more like Mission Impossible from the trailer than Home Alone itself. What I will say is that a little while ago when I did a live, I mentioned in there that I think I've seen Home Alone 3. Turns out I haven't. I don't know what it's going to be like, so join me as we get into it and find out this journey that this, I'm presuming, kid is going to go on, like in number 1 and 2 it was Kevin. I'm excited to see it. Stick around afterwards as well. We'll go through some of the trivia for this film itself. And yeah, I really hope you guys have had a wonderful Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays and everything. And I hope you're going to have a fantastic New Year. I've been trying to get this done, so at least that way it can go out before New Year's. I'm hoping that is a thing and then it's happened. If not, then apologies. But anyway, let's get on and watch it. If you want to go and check out my Patreon, you can do for full-length versions of these reactions. So it's basically just me doing the reaction and you just don't see the film itself. You can check those out on Patreon. It's patreon.com/movies with Marty. And you can also check out my Letterboxd account for films that I have and haven't seen yet. It's just a list over there. And it'll also put your requests on over there. So if you've got any requests, feel free to let me know in the comments. Anyway, without further ado, let's watch the film. Join me as well with a nice cup of coffee or tea, some beverage. Also, before we start, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, and I know the majority of you haven't subscribed because it says like 3% of you have subscribed that watched these videos, so it'd be hugely helpful for me, the channel, and I really appreciate it. By the way, this will be the last of the Christmas films this year, just so you know. Okay, so the same music, same soundtrack. John Hughes production, yeah. Were the other ones John Hughes productions or were they Chris Columbus productions with John Hughes writing them? Can't remember now. Okay, so we're starting in Hong Kong.
$10 million for the missile chip.
Sounds like your clients want to...
Oh, Scarlett Johansson's in it. Someone mentioned about Scarlett Johansson being in this, but...
Whoever possesses this chip could dominate the entire region.
I wasn't sure if it was this one or maybe number 4 that she was in, and maybe I got it wrong, but it's just got such a different feeling to the first 2. This almost feels like Die Hard or John Wick, or do you know what I mean? More action film than Christmas family film. Maybe they wanted to go for a grittier vibe.
That's what you asked for. Air Force NSB 100 C series. Where's my money?
I don't think you're going to get the money. I think they're going to shoot you. Okay, so are they the villains?
Hide it in the toy car.
Ah.
Slip it right past airport security.
I have a feeling I know what's going to happen. It's the epic team shot there. Oh no. But why would she pick up? Oh right, she's got a bag with the same name on it. There's slim chance of that happening. It's not even like a holdall that looks the same. It's a physical bag that says Parisian on the front. It's not the same thing.
Oh my God.
But where is it? There's apparently a lot of Parisian bags. What is this brand of? Maybe it's an American company, so apologies if it is a big brand over there. It's not here in the UK.
When I was in the John, I didn't see anything in there.
We are going to Chicago.
Fantastic.
I packed tropical.
I feel like he's going to be the Marv. Is she going to be like the aunt or grandma of the Kevin character? It's an interesting choice that they decided to change the whole cast for this.
She's leaving.
That's cool. Well, they're not great if you accidentally press it whilst you go into the toilet. Oh, the Pilot handheld things. I used to have one of those. They didn't show pictures though. They were just text and stuff.
You had a fare from the airport around 1620 hours, January 8th. Senior citizen, female.
What?
About 4:30 today, old broad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, speak English.
Details.
Details.
The only one in the block who wasn't shoveled.
And now someone shovels it. Is that the Kevin character? I'm calling him Kevin just because I don't know his name yet, so I know he's probably not Kevin, but...
All done, Mrs. S. I'm exhausted and sweaty, but you can't see because I'm all covered up.
Your word is worthless.
Sorry, that'll be no charge, Mrs. S.
So you can tell the neighborhood I stiffed you on a snow removal job?
So she's like the old man Marley, slightly grumpy, but he's not actually.
This won't make a very tasty sandwich, will it? I left my bread in San Francisco.
Pardon me, Mrs. S, but I think I'm almost, maybe, possibly, probably going to be late for my dinner.
Oh, bless him. Almost, probably, possibly.
Consider this your payment.
Thank you.
It is rude to scratch yourself in the presence of a lady.
Oh, grumpy.
Good night, Alex.
Alex. Okay, his name's Alex.
What a grouch.
Yeah, what a grouch. He seems like a good kid so far.
We'll come back when it's light.
We're gonna work houses in broad daylight.
It's the suburbs, Mr. Hunger. Nobody's home during the day.
He's got a point.
There you go, Speedy.
Okay, so he's good with gadgets as well, like Kevin was. I like the house. Uh-oh, chicken pox. That's why he was itching. Oh dear.
Yeah, man to man.
You're burning your food. Turn it down. Oh, she's really young. That's Scarlett Johansson. The older brother. Yeah. Buzz.
Your mother's bug.
Mind it.
Your brother's
Mind
bug.
it.
Careful, careful.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Alex slammed the toilet seat down on his thing again.
Yeah, I gotta go. My kid slammed the toilet seat on this thing again.
Chicken pox.
What?
I'll bring the TV up from the family room.
Oh.
Nice family. Huh, Doris?
Oh. Doris. I like that. Ring the bell at the same time as on the tune. It's a... Yeah, thought so. I used to have one of them, the dart guns. I think they're called dart guns? Or sucker guns or something, but...
Well, isn't this charming?
And it's available immediately.
My boys are just gonna love it here.
Yes. So this is going to be their hideout whilst they keep an eye on things. Not sure why they need a house to do that. Just do what Harry and Marv did. Why does this kid have so many guns? See, now that's something I probably would have done. Not as a kid, but just being cheeky. He's not making it very obvious, is he? He's a little less inconspicuous because he's being a workman. Have they just stolen someone's dog and the dog isn't attacking them?
I know, I promised you, but my child wasn't sick when I promised you. There's no... Okay, fine. 1 hour.
You can't.
I can come in for 1 hour. That is it. You can fire me if you want to, but I'm gone. You're putting me in the position of having to choose between making a house payment and taking care of my sick child.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to deal with that. Just look after your kid. I understand that she should really need to keep her job at the same time.
What about the Family Leave Act?
Smart kid.
I'll be gone an hour at the very most. I called Mrs. Hess and told her you'll be alone. And
You call Mrs. Hess? She knows I'm going to be alone?
anything comes up, she'll be right over.
What do I do if there's social unrest?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. What about crooks?
I don't think that's a problem during the day, honey.
Why not? Nobody's home during the day. I'm only 8 and I figured that out. Don't you think a grown-up crook could figure it out, too? What about dragons, giant spiders, mummies, the living dead, and other figments of my imagination?
Only you can control your imagination.
That's a scary thought.
He's kind of like me as a kid, actually, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. And this is something that a lot of people would disagree with me on. I think this is actually, so far, kind of a better film than number 1 and 2. Don't get me wrong, I love number 1 and 2 for the fact that it's the comedy and that a lot of it is nostalgia as well. Like, I love Harry and Marv. Kevin's antics are hilarious. And the family is just great, the way they banter with Kevin, and the idea of the film, how they made it and all that stuff is fantastic as well. But for the storyline and the little things to do with kids' personality, I think this kind of works better at the moment. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Like a soldier. He's going to be the neighborhood watch. Like, how did he know that guy didn't live in that house?
911 emergency. I saw a burglar. 3015.
I've always found in films that kids are so smart. They remember the addresses for stuff like that. When I was a kid, I didn't know the address of the local neighbor's house. That could just be me, though. That was cool. Okay, so she's only been out for a little while. I genuinely thought she was going to be out a lot longer. Now they're all going to come in. She's like, what's going on?
Look, just like Johnny Allen's dog. So I called the police.
You called the police?
Freeze!
What did it do? Oh, it's him.
No. I will, yes. Thank you.
She's kind of a bit like Catherine O'Hara in some ways. I think maybe that's what they were going for, you know, the red.
I guess you have to be 35 before anyone around here listens to you.
If he's not made anything up similar to that before, would he?
I believe they're still in the U.S., but beyond that,
we don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's a matter of national security.
Someone we are not tracking.
Little do they know, it's a kid.
It's your kids, Marty.
Dad, Cab's here.
Mom had to take some documents to the bank. She can't be gone more than a few minutes.
Again, I would never leave my child alone at home.
Dad.
Trousers.
Nothing bad is going to happen here.
Dad.
Yeah.
Got your tickets?
Yep.
Got your wallet?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Where's your pocket?
Yeah.
They are going to so much effort. Fake baby.
Turning right. Hold.
There he is again. Here he goes again, but he's got good reason. I still love the police in these Home Alone films. Spinning everywhere. Just get there ASAP. Did they see him?
Cool.
Nothing. Let's check upstairs.
Oh, come on. How did they not see him? He was even looking upwards to the other guy.
So, where's the burglar?
There is no burglar. Just a kid homesick from school making false alarms.
How embarrassing.
They definitely styled him after Bar 7, though.
There was no one in that house.
I talked to Johnny last night. His dad was kidnapped on Monday morning.
Apologize to the chief and go up to your room.
Excuse me for being a good citizen.
Alex?
The world laughs, Alex.
You've stained the family name.
Oh, poor kid. I feel like he's got more of a story as to why it's a bit of background there as to why he feels that way. Does a little lash out.
Nobody's gonna do anything about this. I'll just have to do it myself.
There's the dog.
Have a nice day. I'll try.
The kid who's lost his dog is in that neighborhood, isn't he? So surely he goes, oh, there's my dog. Don't play with electrics, kids. Especially not a TV that was already on. Don't use the car. It's the car. What they want is what they want. Yeah, he's a really smart kid for attaching the camera up to the antenna and everything.
Look, Doris.
Oh no.
I forgot about the stairs.
Back up, back up, back up.
Got him.
He's gonna turn around and see you. Oh.
You are so busted.
No, you are. Oh my god. Fine. Get out of that. Get out.
You there.
Hello, this is Karen. Leroy Brown.
See ya!
I really enjoyed this. It's good. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, she's gonna know.
Someone's on to us.
You think it really matters? Chip's in the car. We're at the airport in 45 minutes.
But was he videoing it on the TV? I mean, I don't think that would work, but...
What's on your mind, monkey butt?
Yeah, I think as a kid, I think I would have enjoyed this more than probably 1 or 2. Oh
It's
no!
going out of range.
Oh right, I thought it ran out of battery. Thank you for suggesting this to me, guys. Uh-oh. What did the guy expect to do, though, driving over it? Was he going to try and squish it, or...?
Going through the head!
Also, I'm pretty sure the car would not have that much range.
I got it! Got it!
Oh, no. Oh.
Hunger.
You're going to get hit by a car.
Heading to Washington Street.
I didn't copy.
Said I'm heading to
I don't see anything. I'll look around.
And beyond, falling with style.
That's good. Pay for the tape. Yeah. But was he not recorded? Next time, he's filming it through the TV, so...
They got the tape. Why'd
Surely.
they still chase the toy car? Whoa.
Defense Technologies, US Air Force. Mm-hmm.
Look, Doris.
I see.
Where'd you find it?
I found it in a remote control car.
This is a recruiting office, son. We don't handle matters like this.
Can I give you the number on the chip and you can call the right guys?
It's a kid.
Tomorrow, whack every kid in the neighborhood. Burn them all.
It's their boss.
If I don't have the chip in 24 hours, Mr. Beaupre, I will have no choice but to terminate the mission.
Yes, Mr. Bond.
I thought you were putting the bite on Mrs. Hess to watch, Alex.
Yeah, she's a lot more responsible than me and Stan.
Unless there's an emergency, I really don't want to have to call her.
I'll be fine by myself.
Well, there you have it.
Alex, do you know a Bradley Clovis?
Yeah?
This is his mother on the phone. Did you take a toy car from him? We have it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't disconnect one of my calls.
Don't talk to Mrs. Clovis, please.
Why not?
She's dangerous. They're all lies. It wasn't her. Call her back. I think you'll be surprised.
Oh no. They're going to pick it up again.
Hello, Clovises.
Such a clever kid.
So what do? If that means hide, you're wrong. If that means fight, you're right. They'll understand when I'm done. They'll know I was telling the truth. This is my neighborhood and this is my house. No matter how old they are, no matter how big they are, they can't beat me here. They can't beat me at home.
This is the kind of thing. This is how you would be. Not so much this, but I feel like the speech is a little bit more acceptable. Was that hot water that he was putting in there? Oh, is that going to look like a face?
Want to buy a little silence? Double or nothing?
Has he got his own igloo? That's so cool. The fact that he knows, like, you know, I know the kid's not dumb, but the fact that he knows to spray the gun to make it look more realistic.
Here we go, Doris.
I think I just saw Game Boy games in there as well.
No answer.
It's gonna wrap the lead around her. Through the hedge. Oh.
Some kid named Pruitt called the recruiting office in Chicago. Said he found a computer chip in a toy car.
We're going to Chicago.
I wonder where my brown was.
Wait! Why don't you go fill your commuter cup with yummy hot coffee, and I'll get your coat for you.
Is it because he cut the wires? Oh. He's already started setting everything up.
Shouldn't be this way.
It's okay. It's not you. It's the times.
I'll go online with you and keep the connection open all day.
Oh, so she's going out the whole day now. Not just leaving him for a little bit.
Keep an eye on the old place.
I got it all covered.
Literally has. In these films, right, and so I always say about films, they never, when they leave places, they leave their loved ones and that, they never say, bye, I love you, you know, like you would normally say when a loved one leaves. You shall home alone.
Here we go, Doris. Just you and me. You mean there's someone else?
It's even made like a little miniature version of his own house and everything to confuse them where the pool actually is. One, where did he get it from? How did he know how to operate that thing? Because I think this kid is he younger than the other one, or?
If those are real, I'm an eagle.
Block the street.
So they're making it look like it's the front of a house.
Good afternoon. My husband and I have just moved into your neighborhood.
Why would you then shut the garage?
Closing the door.
I left my heart in San Francisco.
What was that supposed to mean? I left my heart in San Francisco. Did that mean something? Or have I missed something? It's on his own electrical fence. Oh, that's what that was from. It's genius. See the skull. Are you okay?
I'm all right.
And his watch still works after being electrocuted. Was he going to jump the fence? Yeah. Oh, he planned for it. Oh.
Have you tried the door?
Not yet.
Let me point something out.
Yep.
Missed that.
Oh, he knew that they'd do that. Just completely ruined the window.
I'll leave this open. Fresh air will be good for you.
Now it's the... Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. Completely missing the street. Was he locking the... Yeah, screwing the door shut. Hello. Bing. Oh, plaster of Paris. Oh, plaster of Paris in these never gets old. Was it Flower or plaster of Paris in number 2 that hits Marv on the head? Ooh, oh.
You can run, but you can't hide, Junior.
Surprise.
He looks like a burglar now. Oh, of course. Oh, what? Come on, you know, it's not going to be him.
I got him!
Oh no. It's like, what? What's that noise? Oh, that would be painful. Lawnmower just grazes. Another one. He's got a grill now. I was right earlier when I said about that guy's character being like Marv, him. Here's Johnny. Oh, yes. Boing. That was clever. Get the doll sound to be like him.
Not dead, kid.
Right in the... What was that? Was that a gun? Ow! The kid's face though, that... Hey, Mega Blocks. Oh, that's not good.
Now things are looking up. Gotcha!
I was going to say, did he actually leave that? Pulled the board away, didn't he? His parents are gonna... No. I'm not sure if his parents are gonna hate him or love him. Hate him for wrecking the house completely, but love him for saving the day and catching the burglars, hopefully. Nope. That's clever, so he knows where they are. Which is good. That was very well done.
Alice?
No, you done it again. Straight down those steps. What did he think was going to happen? Although I've got to say, the flip that he did halfway was pretty good. I wondered what it was. I thought it was like brown paint or something, but I don't think it was brown paint.
Are you almost done in there?
Don't start with me.
You could say that he feels like poo. Is he going to pick up the fake gun instead?
Yeah, I'm playing Chinese checkers with Mrs. Hess.
But you got the wrong gun.
Nothing in the kitchen.
It's just eating. Earlier he took, I don't know if maybe I missed where he used them. Probably about to see it now, but he took the post-it notes off of the poster.
Cover him. And behind door number 1?
Nothing. And then probably a bowling ball or something.
Towels. Towels.
Who called the police? What? Oh, is this to do with the chip that they found?
What's going on?
No?
I came to talk to your son. You called the Air Force about a computer chip and a remote control car?
No, the other
It's
one.
Alex. It's my other son.
He may be in danger.
How'd you believe him?
Why is he in danger?
She asked you a question, sir.
I'm not at liberty to discuss it, son.
The it you're referring to is my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
We think he intercepted a top-secret electronic device stolen from a Defense Department contractor by a group of international criminals working for a North Korean terrorist organization.
Even the police officer's like, what? He did what? It's like that scene. It's like that scene in number 2.
Get him.
Shut up.
You've been shot by a monkey. You shoot him in the crotch. He's singing like a canary. Oh.
You smacked my winky.
You smacked my winky. The real gun. Oh no, does he still think... Okay, he knows that's the real gun. Right. I used to have that.
You're not gonna find me up there, you big dumb law-breaking knuckleheads!
I'm gonna jump out, hit the wrong bit.
Jump off!
No. I mean, there's no footprints on there, so he definitely didn't go. Don't do it whilst it's icy, because those springs aren't gonna be working very well. Straight into that pool.
Huh?
Here I come, you little brat.
Mrs. Hess! I'm here now.
Uh-oh.
There's a price to be paid for being a good citizen.
It's not in there.
Mrs. Hess, go inside. She's very old and very cold.
I like that he thought about Mrs. Hess before himself.
Give me the chip.
That's not your gun. This is your gun.
Is that another one as well? I don't know, maybe he'd done 2 guns.
Gotcha.
Hey, he did. Good work.
You're a pretty tough old bird.
You're a very sweet young man. I just never took the time to notice.
Oh, they're fully going for it. The US Air Force is here. And so they're not taking any chances now, are they? The full law enforcement going.
Freeze!
Frozen. She really does look a little bit like Catherine O'Hara.
Mom!
He saved the day.
This is very cool.
You're
hero.
Agent Stuckey, FBI.
There's the chip. There's a senior citizen across the street. He's gonna need some soup and a doc. There's 2 guys in our pool and a woman in our basement. The other one's gone.
7 years I've been after this guy. He always manages to slip away.
But did he, though? Or was one of his other traps probably caught him?
Get him out of here.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Popsicle.
Oh my god, look at her. She's just the mangled mess. Jeez. Is he in there?
Rosie, I'm home.
Fireworks. Yeah. Oh, firecrackers.
2.
Take it.
Nope. 2.
Double or nothing.
I only have 1.
Oh well.
We have ignition.
Yeah, you found him.
Have you ever had the chicken pox?
That's the point. Hasn't he still got chicken pox? Or has he got better from it? Because everyone's around him now.
Well, you don't look any worse for the wear.
They couldn't touch me.
Yeah, still got the chicken pox.
Company that got their chip boosted is giving Alex a reward.
It's a 6-figure sum, which is extremely cool.
So, did you bring me anything?
Back.
Oh, the car, the same one.
I think we can handle it.
Or it's slightly upgraded. I'm not sure.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
And they've got chicken pox. Brilliant. Such a good film. Thank you so much for requesting that. That was absolutely brilliant. And I feel like bits in there were more original. The acting of Alex, and that was so well done. I just feel like there was a lot more to Alex. What do you guys think? Did you prefer that film, or do you prefer Home Alone 1 and 2? I never thought I would say that. I love Home Alone 1 and 2. There's a massive amount of nostalgia there, which I think is a lot of the reason why I love those films. And they are brilliant, and I'm not saying they're not, because I do love them. But I feel like Home Alone 3 it's kind of up there with those two. And again, I didn't think I would say that, because the cast is completely different. It doesn't have Harry and Marv, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, should I say. And it doesn't have Macaulay Culkin in it, or Catherine O'Hara and all the other people that are in with there. But it's just a brilliant film. All the tricks in there were well put together, and a lot of you did mention it to me that like you want to see my reaction to those those stunts that were done, and to the little tricks that he put on for the thieves themselves, or the burglars. And yeah, I love them. They were so geniusly done, and there was the ingenuity for half of them was beyond what I would have been able to do at that age. There were some points when I felt like, well, like for instance, driving the is it like the lawnmower or something? I don't feel like the kid would have been able to do that by himself. Other than that, brilliantly done, and I loved it. So thank you so much for requesting it, guys. And yeah, that would be the last Christmas film we do here this year, that is. But yeah, next year we'll do loads more, and I might even see about watching 4, 5. Is it 4 and 5, or is there 4 or 5 and 6 or something? I'm not entirely sure about those ones, because I remember growing up and knowing about 4 and 5, or the other ones that are there, and knowing I think that there was this one as well. And I thought I'd seen this, but obviously not. I think I've only seen the trailer to it, because I don't remember any of that. But absolutely loved it. Merry Christmas, or having had a very Merry Christmas, I'm hoping. And yeah, I'm hoping you have a fantastic new year, and fingers crossed 2023 it's going to be amazing. So I know a lot of people will probably be saying to me, well, you didn't like number 1 or 2? It's not that. I absolutely still love number 1 and 2. Number 1, I'd say, is my favourite. Number 2, I would say, has more depth to it, and it's more of a well-rounded film, if that makes sense. Because number 1 it's simple, gets the job done, it's hilarious, and it's just got that nostalgic element to it, and it's brilliantly done. But then number 2 brings a lot more into it. There's more of an involved storyline with loads of different characters, not just Marv and Harry, the family, Uncle Buck's character, John Candy's character. Is it Gus Selinsky or something? Gus? Is it Gus something? Gus? I think it's Gus Selinsky. And obviously Kevin himself. But then in number 2, you've got all of you've got the bad guys, you've got the people at the hotel, which kind of are classed as bad guys, I suppose, or people trying to do right when they think that Kevin's doing wrong. And then you've got Kevin, and you've got the family, and you've even got a little bit more on the family when they go to like the choir rehearsal or the choir concert. So I feel like there's a lot more of a range there with their characters and with the storyline. And then in this one, it brings even more into that, because you find out quite a bit about the family in the fact that, you know, the dad works and the mum works at different times, and they're trying to juggle who's looking after Alex, and I was going to call him Kevin then, but who's looking after Alex, and then the children are at school, so they're not really in the film too much. They're in it in certain scenes, and apparently, looking on the trivia side, that was Scarlett Johansson's first major role. So it was nice to actually watch her first major role, now that she does quite a lot of things, mainly Marvel type stuff, but she does quite a lot of things. Originally, it was also planned to do Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and Home Alone 3 back to back, because originally, from what I have seen before, they had wanted to get the cast back, they wanted to get Macaulay Culkin back, but he refused to do it because he felt like he'd done as much as he could in the role before, so that's why they didn't have Macaulay Culkin back as Kevin. As for Catherine O'Hara and everyone else, I don't know if they just didn't sign on because Macaulay Culkin didn't sign on, or if there was another reason for that. Maybe it will go into depth as we sort of go more through and like piece through this trivia, but at the moment that's all I sort of know of it. Apparently a rare positive review came from Chicago film critic Roger Ebert, who called it the best of the Home Alone films. I mean, I have said that it's a very, very good Home Alone film. They're not amazing films, Home Alones, but they are brilliant little Christmas films to give you a laugh, give you a good storyline, and just a really nice little festive film. But of the films, that was one of the better ones. That makes sense. Okay, so I was wondering the whole Chris Columbus thing, because I know Chris Columbus did number 1, and I may have got that wrong with number 2, because I think I mentioned something about Chris Columbus on that one. It doesn't seem like maybe he had anything to do with it. I may have got that wrong, but from what it says here, it says this was the final film of John Hughes' 5-picture contract with 20th Century Fox to write, produce, or direct. After the success of the original Home Alone from 1990, he wrote and produced Dutch, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Baby's Day Out, and Miracle on 34th Street, and this movie. Okay, so the director was Raja Gosnell, instead of, from what I remember, Chris Columbus doing number 1. And I think he did number 2. Yes, so yeah, memory did serve me right. Chris Columbus directed number 1 and number 2 with John Hughes writing, and I think producing both of those. I know he definitely wrote both. But then Home Alone 3, John Hughes still writes it, and from what it says in the previous thing, he also produces it. But yes, director Raja Gosnell does the directing side. Apparently, Scarlett Johansson revealed in a 2021 interview with People magazine that she introduced the film to her then 10-year-old daughter, Rose Dorothy, during a day of watching 90s movies to see if she would recognise her then 11-year-old mother. She was 11 in that film. Apparently, though, Rose Dorothy, her daughter, did not recognise her initially. Amazing that she didn't recognise her own mother, but I understand that when your parents are younger, they do look slightly different. Like if I saw anything that my mum and dad would have been in at that sort of age, I don't think I would have recognised them either. But Scarlett Johansson does have quite a memorable face. Like, her face kind of looks like it did back then anyway. Okay, here's a little bit more about the family and the original idea for the script with, you know, Macaulay Culkin declining the role, etc. So it says, when Macaulay Culkin declined his reprise for the role as Kevin in the third outing, John Hughes briefly considered writing the screenplay with Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern reprising their roles as burglars Harry and Marv, respectively, who target Kevin's cousin Fuller, Macaulay's real-life brother Kieran Culkin, with Jerry Baman and Terry Snell reprising their roles, and Fuller's parents, Frank and Leslie, respectively, who go on vacation and leave Fuller home alone to defend himself against Harry and Marv. The idea was then scrapped as Pesci and Stern refused to reprise their roles and wanted to pursue other projects, and Kieran felt he couldn't follow in his brother's footsteps as the lead. Hughes then wrote an entirely different screenplay with no characters from the first 2 films. I think it was better doing it this way, because I think if you brought back some, or if not almost all of the characters from the original one, but not Kevin, I feel like it almost would have felt a bit like a cop-out, because you look at the Home Alone franchise immediately, seeing the other characters and go, oh, but Kevin's not there. Yep, as an addition to what I was just saying, the film is completely independent of the first two movies. There is no mention of Kevin, nor the McAllisters. The only link to Home Alone or Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is the Chicago suburbs. Oh yeah, didn't even realise that was filmed in the same kind of area. Where the original film takes place, Mr. Jernigan getting his region hit by a crowbar. Yeah. And a portion of John Williams' score during the beginning credits. Yeah, I remember hearing that bit at the beginning, so I went, there's the Home Alone piece of music. And there's also a bit when he says, hey, you guys, or whatever it is, when he's outside and he's calling to them in the attic. And he says something and then does it, I think he runs off. And there's a bit of music, just a little couple of notes there that are from the original film as well, or at least number 2. Apparently at one point, the script was considered to be filmed as a television pilot, but in the end, the studio decided to go ahead and make it a feature film. The reverse would happen later with The Wonderful World of Disney, Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House. So was that a film for TV? I'm not planning, this is the thing, I'm not planning on watching the rest of them, because I know kind of how bad they are. I mean, if you guys request them, not for this year, but for next year, then I might see them, but only if a fair few of you request it. I don't know. I mean, it'd be fun to watch to see how bad the acting is, or, you know, how weird the storylines are, how they're going to twist it in a new direction when they can't twist it anywhere, really. Yeah, it was originally intended to be a standalone television movie, but was restructured during production to serve as a pilot for a television series that ultimately never went ahead. There we go. This is the first film of the series which was not directed by Chris Columbus, nor featured music by John Williams. To be fair, they did a very good job with the music, and they had a lot more sort of poppy songs in there, and I feel like it worked with how they did it, but yeah, it does lack the John Williams soundtrack, which was brilliant for the original film. It's not set over Christmas. How did I watch that entire film and not realise that? Apparently this is the only Home Alone film not set over Christmas, you know, despite there being snow and all of that. But yeah, I suppose you don't see any decorations from what I remember seeing, or at least you don't see any Christmas trees from what I remember. Apparently it's evident when Jernigan is questioning the cab driver about Mrs. Hess, and he says, you had a fare from the airport around 16:20 hours, January 8th. Yes. Oh, the directional debut of Raja Gosnell, who previously edited Home Alone and Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. I didn't know he was the editor for the previous two. I hadn't seen that. Writer-producer John Hughes had approached Chris Columbus to direct the third installment once again, but Columbus declined, suggesting it should be directed by a filmmaker making his directional debut, as the original Home Alone was the first film where he received public recognition as a director, and he also didn't feel comfortable working with an entirely new cast. The lady who plays Alex's mother in the film is a natural redhead, and Scarlett Johansson, who played her daughter in the film, is actually a brunette, but has left it coloured red for most of her film career once her teen years were over. Catherine O'Hara, who played Macaulay Culkin's mother in Home Alone and Home Alone 2, also had red hair, a tribute to the first two films. So does that mean that, are they saying that that's why the lady had red hair? But it does say she's a natural redhead. Did they maybe hire her because of the red hair? Doesn't explain that. But the lady who played the mother is called Haviland Morris. Should have started out with that. And she was also in 16 Candles, which is another film directed by John Hughes as well. Apparently, like the first two films, all the airport scenes were filmed at O'Hare. So it's the same airport that you see in it. So it does kind of keep the same theme going of similar styles there. It's the first film in the series where nobody watches either How the Grinch Stole Christmas or It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, because in number 1 and 2 they watch It's a Wonderful Life, and I think in number 1 and 2 there's The Grinch. I know it's definitely in number 2 because there's the Tim Curry smile, but is it also in number 1 when he's sat in the front room, or at least the TV's on in the front room, and that's playing at some point. I remember that scene vividly. I mean, it's also, to be fair, it's also one of the Home Alone films out of the first 3 that I've watched, the first Home Alone film, to not have the black and white film in there, you know, the Angels with Filthy Souls. And yes, here it does actually say it. The first film of the series not to feature Ralph Foodie as Johnny. Foodie was in the movies Angels with Filthy Souls and the first Home Alone, and its sequel Angels with Even Filthier Souls in Home Alone 2. Anyway guys, that is the trivia for today. I hope you really enjoyed this whole video, and if you did really enjoy it, then please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would be absolutely fantastic, and I will love you a million times over. And I love every single one of you anyway, but you know, it really helps me. And of course, as everybody always says, it really helps the channel as well, because it does. It helps me to grow, and it helps to, you know, bring the channel a little bit further along, and yeah, it helps me continue to watch these films. And I really love your company watching these, so thank you very much for joining me. Take it easy guys, stay safe, and I'll see you next time here on Movies with Marty, and I really hope you enjoy everything to do with the new year, and keep smiling that amazing smile. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.